Today we're going to talk about statistics with group data.
Now we're going to see a table of frequencies. Everything is based on this. It has 6 parts.
The first one is the class. It numbers the lines.
Then we have the lower limit and the upper limit, that is the range of the interval.
Then we have the frequencies. How many values are in each interval?
Then the accumulated frequency, that is we are adding all the frequencies when we go from one line to another line.
And finally, the class mark, which is the average between the lower limit and the upper limit. So now we're going to see how to make a table of frequencies.
So here we have a table with a lot of values. We have 25 values, and then we need to convert this into put them in the table of frequencies.
A table of frequencies needs classes. So you're gonna basically make intervals, and you're gonna group all the individual values into ranges. So to know how many classes you need, you have to calculate the square root of the total. So we have that n is equal to 25. Then the square root of that is 5. So we're gonna have 5 classes. So we can start naming them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then we need to know which ones will be the lower limits and the upper limits of each class. So for this we calculate the range of the data. That will be 100 less 0. So it will be 100. And this we will divide it into the number of classes that we have. So 100 divided by 5, we have
20.
20.
So we're gonna have from 0 to 20, from 20 to 40,
to 40 to 60, to 60 to 80, and from 80 to 100.
It's important to consider that this one is included and this one is not. This one is included, this one not, this one not, this one not, and this one not.
Then we need to find the frequencies. That is, how many times we have a value within this range.
So here we have between 0 and 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we put an 8 here. Then
from 20 to 40, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Then from 40 to 60, 1, 2, 3. Then 60 to 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. And finally, 3.
So we can see that Fi means frequency, individual frequency. So it means how many values are inside this range. But then we have the accumulative frequency. So we're gonna add each of these values. So we're gonna have 8, then 8 plus 6, 14, plus 13, 17, plus 5, 22, plus 3, 25. In the end, we must have the total of data.
Equals to n.
And finally, we're gonna see
The class mark.
the class mark.
That will be mainly a calculation that will be the lower limit plus the upper limit divided by 2.
So it's basically the value in the middle, which will be 10, because 20 over 2 is 10, then 30, then 50, then 70, and then 90.
Well, now let's imagine that we didn't have the individual data and we just have the table of frequencies and it's this one. And by this we want to get the central tendency measurement, the mean, the median, the mode, and the
Standard deviation.
So this we have to remember that they are approximations and they are not the exact value.
First, we're going to calculate the mean, and for this, we're going to multiply this class mark with the frequency in every interval.
Now that we have multiplied the frequency and the class mark, we have to add all of them because in this one you can see this sign, and this sign means that we have to add all of these results. And when we add it, we get the result of
1030. Then we're going to divide it between the number of the total data,
that
that
is
is
25.
and the result is 41.2. And that's the mean.
Well, we're going to explain all the things that the median formula contains. So first, we have the lower limit, and we see that there are 25 individual data, and the middle of that is 12.5. And we see that in the class number 2, we found the class the number 12.5. So we are going to choose the upper limit of the class number 2, and it will be 20. Then we see that we have n over 2, and that means 25 over 2, and it's 12.5, less the accumulated frequency. And we have to see that here there's a less one, and it is a sub-index of the accumulated frequency. So this means that if we choose the class number 2, we have to do 2 less 1, and it will be 1. So in here we have to put the accumulated frequency of the class number 1. And in here we can see that there's no sub-index, so we use the frequency of the class that we choose, that it was the class number 2. And then we multiply it by IA, that means the range, and the range is the upper limit less the lower limit, and in this case it's going to be 20. Now that we know how the formula works, my partner is going to do the substitution.
First, we're going to put the lower limit, that is 20. Then we're going to add 12.5 minus the accumulated frequency that is before, that is 8. Then we put the frequency, that is 6, 5, the amplitude, that is 20. And the result is
processing
35. And this is the median.
Now we're going to calculate the standard deviation. But first, what is the standard deviation? Well, the standard deviation is a special measure that was created a long time ago. And the final value, when you have the mean here, and you add, you subtract the standard deviation and add 1, the approximately the 75% of the data will be here. So subtract another one standard deviation, and all the 95% will be here. And outside, if you add 1 more and 1 less, I think it's like the 99%.
So now we're going to calculate the standard deviation with group data, but we need to remember that this will give us an approximate, so this is not completely exact.
So we're going to start calculating. We will start with the first class. So we have the class mark, which in this case is 10,
minus the mean, which in this case is 41.2.
It will give us minus 31.2, but we have to square it. So after doing that, we get 973.44. And then we have to multiply it times the frequency of each one. So times 8, we will have 7,787.52. And we have to repeat the process with all of them. Well, we finally managed to complete the table. After that, we have to add all of these values, and the result is gonna be 20,064. But after doing that, we still have to divide it by 25, because that's the total number of values. and it is 802.56.
And finally, we need to calculate the square root of this result.
Which is 28.3294A. And we would be done with the standard deviation.
Okay, the next step to find the mode. First of all, we need to know that the mode is a certain data that repeats constantly on the original table of frequencies. So, with this information, we are going to continue. For the next step, we are going to use this formula. So now I'm going to explain how to use it. First of all, we need to locate the mode that is the certain data that is repeated constantly on the table of frequencies. So in this case, we don't have the table of frequencies, so we are going to locate on our group data in frequencies the one that is the highest, because the highest has more possibilities to have the most repeated data. So in this case, is the class 3 that has 18, the highest. So we are going to select that class. Next step, we are going to substitute. So we're going to, on the one that we select, we're going to ubicate the lower limit, that is the 50, yeah, 50, plus the frequency of the one that we select, 18. Next, minus the one that is before, so it's the class 2, 11. Down, this is going to be divided by the frequency of the one that we select, that is 18, minus the before, that is 11 of the class 2, plus the frequency that we select again, the 18 here, minus the one that is above. So we are going to spend of the class 4, that is 17. We are going to put it right here and multiply by the amplitude of range that, as we can see here, is 10. And now we are going to do the substitution. Next step. Now that here I put all the substitute data. So if you do this, your answer will be 48.75, and that's it for the mode.